Your head is clear, the future's bright, everything will be alright. You
trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight.
Trust God in all your ways. He will guide you all your days. He will renew your strength as you walk the road of faith.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. He will make your path straight. Na na na
Hi guys, it's me, Rebecca. It's good to see all of you again. Do you remember what precious means? When someone says you're precious to them, it means that you are really special and important to them. Did you know that God says you're precious to Him? Amazing! That means you're really special and important to God. Last week, we heard a story about a woman who lost her precious coin. She swept her house from top to bottom until she found it. Jesus told this story to help us know that we are precious to God, just like the lost coin was precious to the woman. Today we get to hear another story Jesus told about a son and his dad. Even though the son made some bad choices, he was precious to his dad. Maylee's babysitting Harold again. She's going to share the story with us. Let's watch and listen.
Mom! Maylee's here! Hi, Maylee! Do you know how to make cookies, Maylee? I just love cookies. And my mom said we could make cookies today when you came over to babysit!
Okay, Harold, we can make cookies.
Yippee!
Alright, Harold, it looks like we have everything.
Yep! Let's make cookies!
Okay, Harold, here. Hold this egg very carefully.
Whoops!
Harold! Okay, I'm gonna pour this flour into the mixer and you turn it on. But don't turn it on too fast.
Okay, Maylee!
Harold, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on!
Oops! Was that too fast?
Harold, I told you not to turn it on that fast.
Don't worry, Maylee. I'll clean it out with this spoon.
Harold, don't do that! Don't do that! Harold!
I know. You told me not to do that. I knew it would be dangerous, but then I kind of wanted to see what would happen.
Now the mixer's broken, Harold.
Aw, now we don't get to have cookies? Are you mad at me, Maylee? I made a bad choice, huh?
This reminds me of another story Jesus told in the Bible, Harold.
The Bible has cookies?
No, not about cookies. About a son who thought he was in big trouble because he had made some bad choices.
Like sticking the spoon in the mixer?
Yup. Once there was a dad who had 2 sons. They lived on a big farm, and their dad loved them very much. But one day, one of the sons decided he wanted to leave.
What?
So, the son said to his dad, "Hey Dad, give me all the money you've ever saved for me so I can go see other places and have some fun." So, the dad gave him all his money, and he went very far away, all the way to another country. He made some very bad choices and spent all of his money very quickly.
Well, that's very irresponsible, Maylee. My mom makes me save some money in my piggy bank, so I never run out.
Interesting you said that, Harold, because once the son was all out of money, guess where he ended up? In a pig pen.
What?
Yep, he had no money and nothing to eat. So he took a job taking care of pigs, but it was a terrible job. Pigs stink.
Ew!
Yep, and he even got so hungry, he almost tried to eat the pig food.
Is pig food like dog food? One time I ate a piece of dog food. It was crunchy.
No, pigs eat garbage.
That's disgusting, Maylee.
Yep,
Did the son really eat the pig food?
he tried to, but then he finally decided to just go back home.
Ew! His dad is going to be so mad eating garbage and wasting all that money. What a bad son! What was he going to tell his dad?
He planned to tell him that he was sorry. You know, that he made some bad choices.
My mom says you can always start with sorry. Hey, I forgot about that. I didn't tell you sorry for sticking the spoon in the mixer, Maylee. I'm sorry.
Thanks for saying that, Harold. I forgive you.
Thanks, Maylee. Hey, did the dad forgive his son?
Well, Harold, the dad saw his son coming from a long way away, and he ran to him and threw his arms around him and said, my son, you're home." He forgave him right away and threw him a big party because his son was lost, but now he's found.
Yippee! A party!
And you know what, Harold? God is the same way as the dad in the story. When we make bad choices, God is watching for us to turn and come back to Him because we're precious to God.
But we have to say we're sorry,
That's right. And He always forgives us, Harold.
'cause we are precious to God.
Yup. All right, Harold, let's clean up this mess.
Okay, Maylee.
Harold, Maylee, I'm home, and I brought a surprise.
What is it? What is it? I can't wait.
Did Harold behave himself for you, Maylee?
I mean, sorta.
I broke the mixer.
Sorry, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom.
I guess we don't have any cookies then.
No. No cookies.
Good thing I brought a surprise.
You're not mad?
Oh, Harold, I forgive you. I'm glad you said sorry.
Well, what's the surprise? What is it? What is it?
Okay, Harold, settle down. I stopped by the Jaeger's yard sale on the corner and, well, your surprise is in the toy room.
Yikes! Harold sure made a bad choice in the kitchen. He didn't listen to Maylee when they were making cookies. Have you ever made a bad choice? Me too. And it sounds like the son in the Bible story today made bad choices too. He took all the money his dad gave him and spent it. And then he ended up in a pig pen. But even though he had made lots of bad choices, the dad forgave the son because he was precious to him. And even when we make bad choices, God will always forgive us because we are precious to God. In the Bible, God says, "You are precious to me." We are precious to God. Let's all say that together with motions. Follow me. We are precious to God. Great job. Hey, I think I have something in my fanny pack to help me remember the story. It's a pen with a pig on the top. Every time I write with this, I'm going to remember that I am precious to God. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Oh, hey guys. Have you ever been mean to somebody because you thought that they were annoying, and then you realize later that there was something else going on with them? Man, I have. There was this one time I really wish I would have handled something differently. Check this out.
How excited are you, man? The snow day? We'll have to take that test today.
Okay. Bye. Hey, guys, how's it going?
What's up, Skid Marky
Don't
Mark?
call me that. All right, come on, guys. I only got 1 hour. Let's go. Let's roll.
Come on, man.
Snow day.
Remember the last snow day when we built that big jump and you went off it and you pooped your pants?
Oh, I did not poop my pants. That was mud.
No, you totally pooped your pants.
No, I did not poop my pants.
Jimmy!
Oh, no.
Jimmy, can I come with you guys?
No.
I'm ready. You guys, can I come sliding? Please,
No way. No, get your own friends. Come on. Come on, guys. Let's go build a huge jump.
Yeah.
You can poop your pants.
Now, I didn't necessarily do anything wrong. My sister can be pretty annoying, and I didn't even think she would want to hang out with us. But I found out later that something much bigger was going on with her. I just couldn't see it. So how I handled it left her really hurt. And all I could see was how much I wanted to go play in the snow with my friends. But what if in that moment I was looking like Jesus? I think things would have turned out differently, huh? Well, one time, an entire crowd of people didn't know what was going on with somebody either. But Jesus looked at that person differently. Now, as soon as Jesus would step foot in a town, everyone would rush around to welcome him. It was so crowded. There were people everywhere, shoulder to shoulder, pushing and shoving each other just to get close to Jesus. Now, suddenly, a man came rushing through, pushing people out of the way, extremely panicked, and he fell at Jesus' feet. He was desperate for Jesus to come to his house and help him. See, his daughter was so sick. Now, Jesus said he would help, but they still had to get through the crowd to get to the man's house. And they were going nowhere fast. Now the man, he knew they didn't have much time to get to his sick daughter. I bet he was thinking, hurry, hurry, no, she's so sick, she can die. We have to get to my house, hurry. But can you imagine trying to rush through a huge crowd that's just pushing against you and stop? All of a sudden, Jesus stopped pushing through the crowd. His friends and the man were probably like, no, don't stop. No, we don't have time. We have to get to the little girl. Hurry, Jesus, come on, let's go. But Jesus stood still and he asked, who just touched me? His friends were like, I think everyone just touched you. I mean, we're in this crazy crowd, Jesus, and everyone's bumping into each other. But Jesus stood still. No, somebody touched me. I felt power go out from me. His friends looked around the crowd and thought, he's crazy. Everyone's touching him. And then, all of a sudden, a woman in the crowd fell down at Jesus' feet. She was trembling with fear. Now, Jesus knew that she was the one who touched him. And the crowd looked down at the woman and had no idea why she was freaking out like that. Just let him get to the sick girl, some of them probably thought. I mean, I bet the man was so stressed out, he knew his daughter didn't have much time. I mean, they definitely didn't have enough time for some scared woman to be lying on the ground at Jesus' feet, just stealing time away. The man needed Jesus to keep moving toward his home. But Jesus looked at this woman and saw something different. There was something terrible going on in her life. He looked down at her, helped her up, and said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace." See, what this crowd didn't know right away was that this woman had been sick for 12 years. 12 years. That's a long time. And she had no money because she spent it all on doctors, but none of the doctors could help her. She was so sick that she wasn't even allowed to be out in public. But she believed in Jesus' power so much, she took a big risk by sneaking out and going through the crowd just to touch Jesus' robe. It had been her last hope. She wanted to be well so much. And she believed if she could just touch Jesus, just part of his clothing, that would be enough to heal her. And guess what? The second she touched Jesus' clothes, she was healed. Nobody else really noticed the woman. Nobody knew all that was going on in her life, but Jesus noticed. And when he looked at her, man, he loved her and took the time to be with her for that moment. Now, what if the crowd would have looked at her like that too? They maybe would have made a path for her to get to Jesus or do something to help. Maybe they wouldn't have known everything that was going on in her life, but they would have treated her differently. I bet she wouldn't have to have been so afraid to be there in that crowd. Now, after that, Jesus and his friends went to the man's house and they healed his daughter too. There was no need to worry. Jesus knew what he was doing. And in that moment, I bet everyone realized that they should have just looked like Jesus. Now that story shows us that we can love people better if we look like Jesus. What if I could look like Jesus? Like, what would have happened in that situation I showed you earlier with my sister and me on that snow day? I mean, things probably could have looked different.
Snow day? Snow day! Yes, yes! Mom, I'll give you your phone right back. I'm gonna call my friends. Snow day, yes! Hi, Mrs. Henderson. Hey, can I talk to Megan? Thanks. Hey, Meg, it's me. Hey, you wanna go ice skating? It's a snow day! You have to wash your hair? Okay. Yeah, maybe next time. Okay, bye. Bye. Hi, is Chloe there? Thanks. Hey, Chloe, it's me. Hey, you want to go ice skating? It's a snow day! You have to wash your dog's hair. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, bye. Hi, is Sarah there? Hey, Sarah, it's me. Hey, it's a snow day. Do you want to go ice skating with me? You're going skiing with Chloe and Megan? Okay, bye.
How excited are you, man? The snow day? We'll have to take that test today.
Okay. Bye.
Hey,
guys, how's it going? What's up, Skid Marky
Don't
Mark?
call me that. All right, come on, guys. I only got 1 hour. Let's go. Let's roll. Come on, man.
Snow day! Remember the last snow day when we built that big jump and you went off it and you pooped your pants?
Oh, I did not poop my pants. That was mud.
No, you totally did. Oh, yeah!
No bad for you too. Oh, dude, you soap up your pants.
No, I did not.
Jimmy!
What's up?
Hey, can I come sledding with you guys?
Oh, no, don't you want to hang out with your own friends?
They can't.
Oh. Well, yeah, come with us. You can help us build a bigger jump. Yeah,
bring her along.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea what was going on with her and her friends. Sometimes we have no idea what's going on in other people's lives. But if we can try and see people how Jesus sees people, lots of good can come from that. We can look like Jesus, and that's great because it's what he's told us to do, to love people as he has loved us. Look what it says in the Bible. This is Jesus talking. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. The more we practice that, the easier it'll get. So, let's look like Jesus.